We're finally here. We are here. The playoffs have begun. That was a hell of a game, man. That was a hell of a game. The Rams ended up sneaking by in this one. That's honestly the way I view this. They damn near lost that game, but they pulled it through. Matthew Stafford game-winning drive, ended up beating the Panthers 34-31. And this game started off pretty rough, right? Like, let's be real. I hop on X. I'm watching the game, but I'm also on X just scrolling, seeing what people are saying. And everybody's like, oh, the game is done. Just turn this off. This is bad TV. Why are the Panthers playing? And I'm like, hold up. Let's just see how this, let's see how this will go. Because, it's 14-0. Let's see if the Panthers can get something going. They got a score, right? Then they get another score with Bryce Young and his scramble. Yo, you're not subscribed? Come on, man. Why are you not subscribed? Be sure to drop a like on this video as well while you're at it. And be sure to follow me on Instagram. Drop any topic of discussion, any question in there. We can make a video on it. Even if you have a player, we can do some film review on them as well. All right, now let's get back to the video. And it seems like momentum is slightly starting to go in Carolina's way in this game, right? And then right before half, the Los Angeles Rams have the ball. And Puka Nacua gets him on a double move, gets the corner on a double move. And Matthew Stafford throws a beautiful deep ball. I mean, a beautiful deep ball. Super accurate. Puka Nacua looking back, has it right in his hands. If you guys watch, he ends up dropping it. And right in that moment, I'm like, man, if Puka catches that ball right before half, I bet you he's scoring. Like, I bet you they're up 2 scores and they're going into half feeling really good. But nope, Puka Nacua ends up dropping it, right? They didn't get any score. Like I said, they would have got a touchdown. My guess, if not a field goal, like they were in scoring range. And then after that, it just kind of felt like the momentum was slightly starting to go in the Carolina Panthers' favor. And, the Rams offense, yeah, they got more points in this game. They kind of got some runs, they love to run a lot of inside zone, and they did on a couple drives, and it was just really eating up the Carolina Panthers. But the Carolina Panthers defense also played pretty damn good in this game. But in a couple of these drives, all it took was Matthew Stafford just hitting a couple throws here and there, and them just literally just smashing the ball straight up the middle, right? Literally straight up the A gap on each side. And yeah, that's kind of what it came down to. But if you like looking at this game, man, like I said early on, it didn't look good for Carolina, but they really started to change the momentum of this game. And you get into that third quarter, and at the first of the fourth quarter, I'm looking at this game, and I'm like, dude, I think the Carolina Panthers are going to win this game. I really do. Because something that I thought going into this game, and it showed in this game, just like last game, in just the last 5 to 6 weeks that I've been watching this Rams team. And I've been talking about this, and I feel like nobody has been talking about it. Well, not nobody. There's a couple people talking about it. But that Rams defense in the passing game, holy shit. Just overall, I'm like, man, ever since they played the Carolina Panthers in that last game, this defense just has not been the same. Now they get Quentin Lake back. I'm thinking they're probably going to be playing better, right, with Quentin Lake. But for whatever reason, they gave up a lot to Carolina. And they made this a game. And like I said, I thought they snuck this game out because they easily could have lost this game. Luckily, Matthew Stafford was making some super crucial throws that were just clutch down the stretch that really won them the game. But hell, even Matthew Stafford at one point in this game, he was looking shaky, right? Like he threw the pick, Carolina Panthers end up scoring, and then there was the other point where he threw that pass in the end zone, and if it had not been for Puka Nacua knocking down that ball, they might have lost this game. Like, that's how close it was. And that's another thing when I talk about the Rams. If you can get their defense kind of backed up, right, where you're just pressing on them, and Matthew Stafford makes a little mistake here and there, even though they're a high-scoring offense, you can put yourself in a situation. And, Carolina Panthers, their defense ain't that bad. They're not that bad. You see him out there flying around. Jackson, that corner, man. I was going to make a video on him for sure if they won this game. I still am going to make a video. Because regardless of them losing that game, I was overly impressed with that guy. But, I don't know, man. Carolina Panthers defense, they just really started to, I wouldn't say wear down, but just some crucial plays where they just didn't make a play, right? Like they just didn't have those guys. And if I remember right, JC Horn wasn't in that last little bit. And that's massive. Like you want you want that other corner Jackson along with JC Horn. You just need them both in there. You know what I mean? And it just didn't happen. And right when JC Horn like wasn't in, that's where I really started to get concerned for that's where I was really starting to get concerned for Carolina. So I'm like, all right, Matthew Stafford might start to go to work. And during that last drive where he threw that to the tight end in the right end zone, the pylon catch that was beautiful, like back shoulder. Dude, you could see Matthew Stafford starting to orchestrate, and like he was like calling out things and like yelling. I'm like, oh, he sees something he likes and he's making crucial plays. But yeah, man, I mean, Carolina, I'm like watching the Bears game as I'm talking to you guys. Carolina, oh man, is that gonna? Oh, I thought it was gonna go for a big game. I'm watching the beginning of this Bears versus Green Bay game. I got to multitask. But no, man, the Rams, they came to play, and it started out pretty good for them, and then things got really weird and really sketchy. I mean, like I said, when that momentum started to swing in Carolina's favor, the fans really started to get into it. That's something you just don't want. Carolina Panthers, they're not known for having a super loud stadium, but if you give the fans something to cheer for in a playoff game where they're upsetting a team that a lot of people view possibly the best in the NFC, that's another conversation, because I don't think the Rams are the best in the NFC. I don't think there is a best team in the NFC. But I'm like, man, that game was wild. That game was wild. Sean McVay and then, you know, they have some things to look forward to. I mean, obviously, you escaped that win. Your offense, even with the turnovers, still had a pretty damn good game. You put up 34 points, right? But the one thing that you got to look at with this team is this defense. This passing defense is a concern for me. And like I said, I thought Quentin Lake coming back would improve that. And then, I mean, it's his first game back. But I'm like, you give up like yards and points like this against some of these better teams, you're going to have to worry. Like, you're going to have to worry. You can't just sit here and play shootout against Seattle and Philly. Their defenses will not allow that, right? And so the Rams, they need to get this defense fixed. And going along with the defense, dude, like the special teams, this was something that I was worried about with the Los Angeles Rams. They fired their special teams coordinator. Sean McVay's never fired his coordinator in season. He fires him. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird to fire a special teams coordinator during season. Like, do you have somebody else that's going to be like coaching better? Do you think you're going to be better off without him? And sure enough, in this game, they got a punt block that it could have lost them the game. Like, if we're talking about them losing this game, we might be talking about that situation where the punt is blocked and hell, it's like, oh, well, shit, they just fired their coordinator, right? So, good, solid game. No, it was a good game. It was a good game for the Los Angeles Rams because I think that their offense made some crucial plays down the stretch. And Matthew Stafford with those no looks, I mean, come on, man. So, yeah, I was impressed with the Rams. On their defensive side, I'm not impressed. And I do think it is a concern. I really do. Especially in these upcoming playoff games against some of these teams, their offenses will eat this defense apart, dude. They will literally eat them apart. So yeah, man, they're moving on, and then you look at the Carolina Panthers, and the Carolina Panthers, man, I know a lot of people went into this game thinking that they probably didn't stand a chance, but I thought there was a chance. I leaned Rams, but I was like, there's a chance. Especially with what I've been talking about with the Rams defense. I was like, dude, ever since they played the Carolina Panthers, that defense hasn't played good. And sure enough, dude, you look at this game. I mean, Bryce Young, what did he go for? 264, 52%. Like, him and Matthew Stafford both had completion percentages in the 50s. That's what's crazy about this game. Like, Matthew Stafford obviously tore up more, but Bryce Young had some crucial plays. And, you know, Chuba Hubbard, he kind of had a couple good runs. Like, the run game wasn't really getting the go for the Carolina Panthers, but they kept trying a little bit, and it was, you know, they were making plays here and there, gain of 5, gain of 6, and it helped. But I am so impressed with these wide receivers. Like, Coker and McMillan, I've watched a couple, I think I've watched like 3 Panthers games this year. I don't think I've been paying enough attention to this offense because I'm like, dude, they got guys. They really do. And you know, it honestly, it just comes down to Bryce Young playing good. In this game, it started off a little bit rough, but he really started to get going. And so when I heard people talk on the broadcast, they're talking about him like game-winning drives, just a ton of game-winning drives, or But I was really impressed with Bryce Young. I really am. Like, people that like don't believe in him and, you know, just kind of give up on him, don't think he should have another shot. I'm like, no, you pick up his, like, you need to bring him back, right? You need to see what he's, I'm like looking at the Bears game and Packers game. You bring him back, you give him some more time, you give him more time with this coaching staff, and just draft good, because there is potential on this team. There really is. I look at the defensive side of the ball. They're literally mid. They're like halfway at everything, like right 15th here, 14th there, 16th here. Like, there is a lot of potential on this Carolina Panthers team as a whole, offense and defense. And when you go up against an NFC powerhouse like this, and let's be real, there's a lot of people that don't even think the Carolina Panthers should be here. Some people also think the Bucks, but I'm like, the Bucks just collapsed down the stretch. So I'm like, I don't know about that. But yeah, man, I was impressed with the Panthers. I think you have a lot of things that you could look forward to going into this upcoming season. I really do, just based off of that playoff game. It kind of reminds me similarly to, I don't know if you guys remember D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud when they went up against the Kansas City Chiefs and they end up losing that game. The refs were kind of just like stupid, but they did end up losing that game. I'm not going to blame it on the refs, but the refs kind of were bad in that game. And they were super close to upsetting the Chiefs. They didn't pull it off, but they were damn near close. That's pretty much the way I view the Carolina Panthers. I'm like, they almost did like what some would say the impossible. They upset the team that a lot of people were crowning like 7-8 weeks ago in the NFC. But yeah, that was highly competitive game down the stretch in that second half. And I mean, it's playoff football, baby. What else can you ask for? What else can you ask for? So yeah, man, I'm going to watch the Chicago versus Green Bay game. I actually got my nephew there. My nephew's actually been FaceTiming me during this game. He's pretty amped up. He's never been to Chi-Town. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens in this game, and get ready for Sunday. We're going to be dropping some more heat, talking about some players. Playoff football is here. Be excited. Be excited. And while you're excited, be sure to subscribe to your boy. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video. Anyways, guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Like I said, drop down in the comments. Appreciate you watching. It's your boy ShaydyLuke, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.